Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome to another quick video. This is a how-to video on how to copy the full path and the file name on a file that you're hunting down on Windows Explorer. This is for Windows 10. It might probably work on Windows 7 and stuff like that, but I'm using Windows 10. That's the only one I tested, so that's what it is. So let's try to explain the problem real simple. So when you are browsing a random file, and I'm going to switch this to this view. When you're browsing a directory, usually you have the full path here. This is the path where you want. But what I want to do is when I copy this and I paste it here, I want to have this and the file name. So one thing that a person was telling me earlier is that if you write slash at the end, you have an autocomplete for the whole thing. And if you know the file, you can start typing it and you find it. You can select it. Don't hit enter, otherwise it's going to try to open it. But if you hit escape, you have the full path there immediately. Then Control A to select everything, Control C to copy it. And then if you go here, you paste it and you have the full path with the file name. This is cumbersome for a few reasons. First, because it's a few extra steps to find the right file, and if you have like thousands of files, it's going to be really hard to find the one you want, while if you're browsing, you already can see it immediately. So I found something on the internet that told me that if I hit Shift key and I right click on a file, it gives me this option that says copy as path, which normally is not there. I'm going to show you without holding the Shift key. It doesn't say any copy as path. It has this one, and I'm going to show you why this one is here. This one is not usually here by default. So knowing that holding the Shift key and right clicking has this copy as path, I looked for a way to have this on by default, and this is where we come into the Windows Registry part of this. So I found this web page where it has a small registry thing where you add an entry saying copy as path to run this command, which is the same as holding the Shift key. And you can even configure the icon that it uses and stuff like that. And I copied this, I saved it here. I'm going to post it on the description as well of the video here. And I deleted this part. I saved this, copy as .reg. I executed this. I had to allow it on Windows registry system. And after I execute it once, it's on your computer forever until you remove it from the registry. Windows registry is not something you should idly play with. If you delete the wrong stuff or you're adding stuff that you don't really know what you're doing, you can screw stuff up. This is just adding a small item to it that does this function specifically. So it's not dangerous particularly, but you should be aware that you should be careful when you're messing with Windows Registry. If you want to edit Windows Registry directly, there's a thing called Registry Editor, which you open and it looks something like this. And you have all of the Windows Registry stuff, and you can completely destroy your computer if you do the wrong thing here. So always make sure you have a backup and don't fiddle with these values unless you know what you're doing. Anyways, as I was saying, I executed this copy as reg. You only need to execute it once, and it's on your computer. And then if I go to a browser, to the Windows Explorer, and I right click, I have this option that says copy as path by default without having to hold the Shift key. I click on it, I Control V here, and I have the full path here with the extra benefit that I have the quotes on the beginning and the end, which can be really useful for some applications, especially if you're doing like batch files or something. You most often than not, you want this full quotes. For those who don't know what the quotes do, they tell you that the path has special characters in them. In this case, I have a file username with a space in it. So if I copy pasted this into a command line that would require me to input the file without the quotes, it would give me an error that it would only try to open C users Philip instead of the whole thing. So yeah, that's what the quotes are for mostly. So yeah, I find this useful because this way I have one free hand to do whatever controlling I need to do on the stream. And I can just use my right hand with the mouse to go somewhere, select right click, copy as, and I have the thing ready to go into the VLC controller and just write add and Control V to paste the file. Even I could probably do it with my right mouse button there as well to paste if I need be. This helps a little bit controlling streams and stuff like that, so it's something that I was looking into. Anyways, hope this was useful. If you have any questions, feel free to put them on the comments below. See you next video. Bye bye everyone. Take care.